What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends series Vision from the Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure wave. And you're probably like, this thing is super old, why are we reviewing this? And honestly, the only reason I have this figure is because the retro carded Vision is bonkers in price, over $100. Obviously can't afford it. So this is the best I could have for my classic Vision on my classic Avengers display. So yeah, I probably will customize this figure because it's obviously not perfect. It does have some problems. It's pretty average, but that's what we are here to talk about today. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the box. Okay, so here we have the box for the figure. And yep, your average Marvel Legends box. As I said, Infinite Series, older figure. So yeah, you have that at the bottom. Marvel logo right here. Nothing at the top or the bottom really. You have a picture of Doctor Strange on this side, and then Vision on the other, and then both of them on the back. For some reason, like back then, they grouped like two figures together. I don't know why they did that. Kind of weird. I do have a crease right here, but it's not a huge deal to me because it's a box, obviously. Here's the other figures from the wave. Pretty old wave, obviously. So yeah, generic box, nothing surprising. Let's go ahead and take a look at the one stupid accessory that comes with the figure. Okay, here is the stupid one and only accessory. It's his cape. I honestly was debating on not even including it because obviously it's its cape. Ugh, it is his cape. But I had to include it because it came separate in the package. So I was like, what the heck? I'll include it. There's nothing else. So yeah, at least it pegs into the back pretty well. It pegs in, it goes around the neck. It's nice and secure. But then again, the right here it kind of pokes up, so that looks kind of weird. And the paint doesn't really match up. It would have looked better if they had another coat on the chest. So it's not great. I mean, it has a nice sculpt to it. It flows off to the side. So yeah. No shading, it's pretty basic. They needed to give us interchangeable hands, like at least. Like, I like the fact that they gave you a fist and an open hand so you have more variety. Maybe even an energy effect for the Soul Stone. I mean, they really didn't include accessories on their older figures. They obviously do now, and I really like the figures that they've been releasing. But on their older figures, it was just like baloney. This one is a very good example of that. So yeah, overall accessories, I'll give it an extremely generous rating of 2 out of 10. Probably shouldn't even deserve that because it's not really an accessory. So yeah, pretty disappointing. But let's go ahead and move on to the figure itself. Okay, so here is Vision himself up close, and yeah, it's the bucket cap mold. We've seen this hundreds of times. It feels like might actually be hundreds of times. I don't know. I could be right. But yeah, it's nothing new. Any collectors are super familiar with this. It has the pins in it. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt. And yeah, not much sculpted detail on there other than the facial features and the Soul Stone, which by the way, the paint is way off on the Soul Stone. Like, look at that. It's like, bruh. It's like way off on the Soul Stone and the eyes. I don't know if I'll be able to get it, but like, the eye is... It's right underneath the brow. Like, it's not even painted, so you probably can't see it. But, like, the white paint is so far off. Like, focus. I don't know. the paint is way off on the face. It's not that great. You probably can't tell from a distance, but once you look at it, you'll definitely notice it. So it probably won't be a big deal for me once I customize it. Hopefully yours isn't like this. It would have also been nice if they had sculpted like some lines around the red part right here. Oh, now you can see the eye. You see it like right underneath the brow right there, and then the eye is like slanted. The white part is like slanted towards the nose. It's like way off. It's terrible. But yeah. Now you can see that now. And it's, I mean, the other eye is a lot better, but it's still off. It's a little lower than the actual sculpt of the eye. But other than that, the red part is fairly clean. It's not that fuzzy. Again, I would have liked it like sculpted around, but it's not a huge deal. So yeah, that's a head sculpt. Let me pop it back on. The rest of the body has fairly clean paint apps. It can get fuzzy here and there, but the yellow part right here, as you can see, is pretty clean. They did throw some metallic paint on there. I don't really mind that, but it's a nice addition, I guess. And then there's some panel lining here and there. I hate how they do the calf rotations. It just breaks the sculpt as well as the upper thigh cuts. I'll get into that in the articulation. Yeah, but the paint apps, they're pretty clean, but I mean, I honestly would have liked solid green, so it would have looked a bit more classic, but they obviously didn't. So yeah, there is some paint rubbage, I guess, on various parts of the figure, but I mean, I have messed around with this, so it's expected. So aesthetically speaking, oh yeah, the feet, they have texturing on them, and they're a bit small. We all know that if you're familiar with the bucket cat mold, but they have like texturing on them, so they're like way off from the actual figure. It's like the figure's all smooth, and it looks like Vision, but then you get to the feet, and it looks like you have half of a shoe on there, like a half a boot on there, and it looks weird. It's not terrible, but that is one thing I wanted to point out, so that's kind of weird. So aesthetically speaking, overall, I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. It's not that bad. There are some problems. It's more geared towards your taste of what you want your Vision looking like. I obviously want mine to be a classic look. That's why I don't really like this, but it's close enough. Again, I will probably customize it. So let's move on to his articulation. Alright, articulation on the bucket cat mold. Nothing new here. You get a ball peg and a hinge at the neck so it can look up super far. It looks down all the way, but it does get kind of weird behind the neck right there. You get the slightest bit of attitude side to side. It'll go all the way around. The shoulders go past T-pose, all the way around, bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, and then a swivel and hinge at both wrists. Ab crunch will go forward that much, not that much back. I hate the waist cut. I'll talk about that in a second, as well as the thigh and calf rotation. The legs go up pretty far back. His splits are a bit better than 45. Upper thigh cut, double joint knee, calf rotation. The feet move very far back, pretty far forward, and he has really good ankle pivot. All right, to the waist, calf, and thigh. They all break the sculpt, and I don't like that. I like a nice seamless figure, and if they do it right, people will notice how much better it looks as well. This is obviously an older figure. They're redoing body molds. They're coming out with a Vulcan body mold pretty soon. That is supposed to kind of replace the bucket cap, so I'm excited for that. But even on that figure, they still have the waist, calf, and thigh cut, and whenever you use those to articulate your figure, it breaks the sculpt. And the calf cut, you can literally do away with it. It honestly doesn't really help articulation. I like it on figures that have like actual boots around their calves, like this Hawkeye custom I'm working on. He had this is the Hawkeye from the Allfather Build-A-Figure wave. And it has a calf cut right there, but it's on the boot, so it's like, it's what you would expect. It looks okay when you twist it around. But over here on these figures, it looks stupid. So yeah, I don't like that. Same thing for the thigh. And on all of my custom figures, I take away both the thigh cut articulation, and most of the time the calf articulation, unless it like goes along with the sculpt design of the figure. If you get what I mean, you get what I mean. But I think if they took away the thigh cut, and then in here at the ball peg, if they just like took away some like plastic right here around the ball peg, you would have more articulation, not a lot, but like to twist in and out slightly. It wouldn't be amazing, but even, all right, if you didn't have a thigh cut, look at this. I took away the thigh cut on my custom Hawkeye figure. It can go the same range forward, back, and out to the side. You do get some wiggle in there, but watch this. It'll go all the way out. You can do like a Doctor Strange levitating pose, karate kicks, all that jazz without a thigh cut. Like you can pose your figures without a thigh cut. And honestly, I rarely even use them on my figures. And I think it wouldn't be outrageous if they took that away along with the thigh cut. The thigh cut literally does not help. So yeah, and the waist cut. Obviously we need that articulation, but a ball peg would be so much nicer. They do it on they've started doing it on their new Fortnite figures. I don't collect those, but I have seen reviews on them, and the ball pegs look great on those. It's like they use like ball peg and then ab crunch. Those are like fantastic. And I think they also use it on their G.I. Joe Classified series figures. So yeah, I don't know why they're not doing it for Marvel Legends, but the best way is for a double ball peg at the diaphragm and then a ball peg at the waist. You would get so much range. A ball peg at the waist and an ab crunch, that's fine, but yeah, I wish they would stop doing a waist cut. It breaks the sculpt right there, and a ball peg would just be much better. You would also get side-to-side motion too. So yeah, sorry I'm talking way too much, but I'm just pointing some stuff out. And this is like a base body mold, so it's a good opportunity to talk about it. I promise I won't talk about this stuff as long as I did here on my other figures. But yeah, articulation-wise, it's your average Marvel Legends. I'll give it a 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. You don't have butterflies or anything fancy, but it's average and it's acceptable. So let's go ahead and move on to some size comparisons. Okay, size comparisons. Our first figure is gonna be the 80th anniversary Thor figure, also from Marvel Legends, and I have both of them on my classic Avenger shelf together, and they look great. Thor obviously should be a bit taller because that's how he's built, I guess. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but whatever. And I forgot to measure vision earlier in the video, but he does stand about 6.5, just below 6.5 inches to the top of his noggin. Yeah, right there, just under 6.5. Thor's at like 7 inches. So yeah, he is like a bit over half an inch taller than your Bucky Cap figures. But they scale really well together. My second comparison is the custom Hawkeye I've been working on. he shares the bucket cap mold, as I said before, and he's been having trouble standing. He should be fine there though. And they obviously stand around the same height because they both use the same mold. When I am done with the Hawkeye custom, I will do some sort of review on him, but I'm still working on him. He's a work in progress. So yeah. And then for my random head swap of the review, I'm gonna swap heads with the AIM Henchman because I thought it looked pretty cool. Pop. It doesn't fit on there perfectly, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. And if you thought it was cool then, once I put on the cape, like, doesn't that look cool? In the yellows match too, like, pretty well. Like, I like it. I mean, I'm obviously not gonna display it like this in my display, but I think it looks cool. Like, I don't know. It looks funny. It looks funny. But anyway, but the vision head on the AIM figure, Lollipop, it looks terrible. So yeah, it looks better on vision than the other. It looks better on the vision head swap wise. I did want to put the cape on a henchman real quick. That looks cool. It's like AIM Scientist Supreme. That looks funny. I like that. Whatever. I like doing these little head swaps. It's funny. Anyways, man, I got sidetracked. Holy. Vision figure. Overall, I mean, it's your average figure. If you're looking for a classic Vision-ish for your classic Avengers display, this is probably the best way to go because the retro carded one is bonkers in price, as I said earlier, over $100. So unless you got that type of money, this is probably the best way you can go. They might, like, fingers crossed, they might come out with another Retro Vision as part of their 20th anniversary Toy Biz figure line, the one with Hulk, Captain America, and Iron Man so far. They might have a Vision in there, but as of now, I kind of doubt it, but it wouldn't surprise me. So you might want to wait it out, but if you're anxious to get a Vision in your collection, this is probably the best way to go. So overall, I will give it 7 out of 10. It's your average Marvel Legends. And the fact that it's older knocks it up a few notches. If this was like a release, like it just came out yesterday, it probably would get like a 6, but 7 out of 10, it's not terrible. It works fine in my display, and it probably will in yours. So if you can pick it up, that would be pretty cool. I got mine $20 brand new. Obviously it will vary because it's only on the secondary market, like eBay and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching this very long video. Sorry I went into the like articulation and stuff a bit too much, but I promise my other videos will be shorter. I just talked about the articulation because this was a base body and it was a good time to do so. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions or concerns, and I will see you next time.